Right, let's give this another go, shall we? Biggest lake of every country and US state. Played it a couple of weeks ago and was a couple of points off a perfect score, albeit down to a couple of bugs. So we've got to hope that we can replicate that performance, but also not stumble across any bugs or wrong information on the photospheres. Unlikely, but we'll, let's just enjoy ourselves and explore some more beautiful lakes. Here's the URL, which you can find in the description. Please play along if you haven't already. I guarantee you'll have a blast. And let's do that. Are we in the air? No, we're on the lake shore. We are on the lake shore, and I don't think we're in a US state in this first round. I mean, immediately I thought, what did I think? Israel, I guess. Yeah, like that neck of the woods. Biblical sort of areas. Maybe it's Mediterranean though, more broadly. This is like an old ruins of an old shepherd's hut or an old settlement on the shore. I always look at who took the photo, the name. Fafoa Life. I tell you what, you get some very odd, weird and wonderful names. Maybe it's just photographers. Fafoa Life. He's not necessarily a photographer though, is he? He's just someone who has taken this particular photo. So, the compass is telling us that that's north, but that can be wrong. The sun is west. That doesn't really tell us much. If the sun is east or west, it doesn't really tell us much about which hemisphere we're in. But I can't see that we'd be in the southern hemisphere. I think we're in and around the Med, really. So, now starts the search. I don't think this is a very big lake. It could be very long. It's a bit blurry to see if it carries on. That could be endless water there. But really, I could probably swim across that with armbands. With armbands. So, straight away, I'm going to take a look at Greece. I'm just going to have a look because I don't know what the biggest lake in Greece is. That one, they won't count, I don't think, because it's predominantly in Macedonia. So, but this can be deceiving. That's the sea. So it could be that. It's quite hard to figure it out sometimes. Could be this. That looks... I don't know if it looks like the biggest, but it looks like the right shape. So let's perch ourselves on the edge there. Have a look at the compass and size it up. No. If the compass is right, which it might not be. But we could easily be there. You've got to think as well, someone's taken this photograph. It's more likely that, they've parked up and they've wandered down and they've taken the photo. It's unlikely that they're absolutely in the middle of nowhere. So that's an option. That is an option. We've got a little spit of land there, which I can't see. So that's Greece, although we haven't even searched the whole of it. And I'm remembering how hard this actually is. Right, Cyprus is a country. And there's its biggest lake. Ooh. Phoenikas Templar Knights Village. That would be a good reason to take a photosphere. The compass is not really my friend again, but I like the spit. That adds up to me. Looking down here, we want it to widen, which it does. Not sure why this road travels through the water. Yeah, I like that. Look at the way in the middle that it seems to bend round, and then we've got the endless water, which would be, this, looking down here. Follow the mouse. So I do like that. We'd almost be able to see all the way down to the dam, which would explain the lack of hills down there. There should be a big inlet there, which I can't really see. That's putting me off slightly. And I've just realised that Paphos does sound quite Greek. And of course, the southern half of Cyprus is Greek. Kind of. Don't do that. It's very Greek. The northern half being Turkish. Yes, there are other options, but I'm just getting good vibes from that because I think that's about the right size. So I think I'm going to be bold here, even though the evidence isn't concrete. And I'm going to... Oh, phafoslife.com. So he is a bit of a photographer. Sorry, I ever doubted your skills. How's your stitching? Stitching is quite good, isn't it? It's actually perfect. So fair play, Paphos. Anyway, I'm going to make the guess. I'm 85% sure it's right, maybe 90. So I put it there, I think. Or are we even closer to the spit? I'll go there. Yeah, I'll go there. And Paphos, I will say this before I click. Now listen up and listen good. Your compass positioning isn't perfect, but that's fine. I'll let you off as long as you've got the positioning right, because God help me, Paphos, second name Life, if this is wrong. Paphos, you're a legend, mate. I never doubted you. No, I never doubted you. That is incredible. And, you know, it dawned on me as I made that guess that I might not even be in the right country. So I was doubly relieved. Thank you, Paphos. Thank you, Cyprus. That was lovely. And here's our second round. I've got to pray, by the way, that we don't have a repeat round from the last video, the first video. So, looking around here, these seem African. We're on a huge pile of boulders here. We've got a boat of reeds. The sun is firmly in the north, but compass could be wrong. The guy who took this, or girl, is Enoch Mogaka. Sorry, Enoch Mogaka. This is quite an interesting collection of rocks. That looks really fun as a kid or even an adult, to be honest. To climb up, get to the top, jump off maybe if the water's deep enough. Really interesting rock formations. Very built up. Quite built up. We've got a big boat there on this lake, so the lake must be big to warrant a boat that big, and it looks it. Looks endless over there. We've got some islands to help us out. That one could be absolutely incredibly helpful. Southern hemisphere, if the compass is right, because the sun is directly to the north. In fact, I don't think that can be right, because I don't think it would be that low, would it? It wouldn't be that low. So I think that tells us that the compass is wrong. That's probably just risen, maybe. So that would be west, that would be north. So anyway, I don't think we can necessarily use the compass. But yeah, we've got palm trees. So it's going to be fairly Central Africa. I'm fairly sure it's Africa. Looking at the people, clothing, skin colour, etc. Look at that building there. It's quite a luxurious looking hotel, by the looks of it. So, I don't quite know where to begin. See, I think I got lucky in the first one. Having the flag in Ethiopia, I think that would have taken me ages and ages if I hadn't seen that flag. I think that might have been impossible, in fact. Enoch Mogaka. Could it be Nigeria? don't know why I'm thinking Nigeria. So could we be here? We've got to consider that the sun is... Do you think that's setting or rising? It's so hard to say. It is hard to say, isn't it? Let's say it's rising. Oh man. Okay. I don't know about that. There's clearly a big settlement on this lake, and that's not a lake, that's a lagoon. So I'm going to move on from Nigeria. Ghana. Lake Volta is humongous. But again, I don't know if this is built up enough. I'm trying to think of a country. Are we recording? Oh, thank God. I'm trying to think of a country that has a little bit of wealth and would have, yeah, like Kampala. This could be Kampala, couldn't it? But then, oh my God, I mean, this is a minefield in terms of what's the biggest lake in Tanzania. Enoch Mogaka. Would that even be... Could we be here? Bismarck Rock. I like that. Rock Beach Garden. I'm liking that. I am liking that. That would support the idea that the sun is rising, which was my instinct. We've got this bit of land which just looks completely correct. If we look out to sea or to lake, we've got some islands there which could be these. I don't see that, but that could be a boat very easily. But I don't see that on the map. But I strongly suspect now that this is correct. We need this to bend round here, which it does. I like the rock. The rocks is the thing, and also all of that. What's this? Is that further down there? I can't see that. Maybe it's behind these rocks. That little peninsula. Bismarck Rock boat cruising. But the terminal... Is that the terminal or is that the terminal? Well, I don't know. Maybe we're about there. I think that's about right. I'm 95% sure this is the right place. I just want to get the positioning right to give myself the best chance possible. I'm going to go there, guys. Oh, yes! Oh my God. Oh, thank Christ I didn't move it anymore. Either that placement is wrong, or we were somehow very close to this ferry terminal. It didn't really look like we were. So, it's one of the two. But just about, I mean, if I'd have gone 20, 30 yards more, I would have lost a point there. So we're still on for that perfect score. That is incredible news. And here's our next round. This isn't taking me too long, but I'm sure it will at some point. This could be the one where it really gets trickier. So I don't know this Google car. Ranger Scott is the name that my eyes have inevitably been drawn to straight away. Can't help but look at that. Ranger Scott. Oh God. Does anyone know this Google car? Is this... I suspect it's not. It's not a known one. I suspect that it's in a country that isn't really... I don't know. How big's this lake? It looks pretty damn big, but we've definitely got hills in the background. Weird how that colour changes there quite drastically. Is that because there's a river? Seems like there might be a river flowing in here. But this is tough because the quality is rubbish. How are we going to get this one right? Right, where's the sun? The sun seems to be in the south. That could actually be correct by Ranger Scott. That positioning. No, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. It's likely wrong. Because my instinct is that we might be in... Well, it looks a bit South African, doesn't it? We're clearly not somewhere that's too hot. Are we just in America? This is what I was wondering quite early on. Are we just in America? The buildings and this sort of grassy area here would say otherwise. But this sort of thing would tell me that it does look quite American. Right, South Africa is not there. So South Africa, what are we looking at here? Are we looking at one of these? That's an option, that's an option. But these look bigger. But then, would it be too deserty up there? Too dry? That one looks pretty damn perfect, to be honest. In terms of where it is. There's a dam there, which I think is a good thing because the water level seems like it rises and falls. We're ignoring the compass, but I like that. I don't know if it's the biggest lake. That looks bloody big, to be honest. So that's another option. That's also got a dam. I do like the idea of this one. It's just going to be very hard to search is all. This little inlet here is crucial, as are these little roads. So I'm looking for both. I'm looking for both. That looks pretty good. It's an area where there's little roads, and we can look for this like a loop. We're looking for a loop next to a wibbly wobbly inlet. So wish me luck while I search for that. Right, I am a bit stumped in South Africa. I don't know if this is the right country anymore. Shit. Thought this one might be my undoing. Is he driving on the right? Just noticed. If anything, he's driving on the right, but he might just be getting a good view of the lake. I'm just going to have to put my marker down, even though I'm pretty sure it's wrong. Well, I'm 90% sure it's wrong, but I just don't think this is the States, and I don't quite know where else to look. And I've got a lot of editing to do for an upcoming adventure that's already happened. So I'm making my guess. It's the States. And that's where I would have looked, up here, Montana, Nebraska, Dakota. Oh, God. That has decimated my score, giving you lot the chance to catch up. I just didn't think I just thought the buildings and the grass. Well, I've already said it. It's a bad one. It is a bad one. Round 4 out of 5. We've still got 2 to do here. But this is Britain. We've got our good old friend the gorse. We've got distinctive looking green mountains and hills. That's particularly British looking. I hope I'm right. Where would this be then? Loch Lomond? If it's... Because technically we had the biggest lake in Great Britain and Northern Ireland, so maybe this is Ireland. Got it. I think. Took me a while to get there. Unless they are doing Scotland, Wales, England, in which case this could be Loch Lomond. I don't think it is, because there are some pretty big mountains in Loch Lomond. So back over to Ireland we go. And the biggest lake in Ireland has got to be this one. Lake Corrib. Loch Corrib, which was featured on Paul Whitehouse and Bob Mortimer Go Fishing. How the hell am I going to find this? Well, probably using this road, actually. And the good thing is here, this is proper Google imagery. That is north, so we're at the, I would say, the northern ends of the lake. Not necessarily. Ooh, could we be there? Could we be there? This is the thing. It's not necessarily a road that spans over the entire lake. Could just be a little, you know, a little crossing to an island, but I don't think it's that one. So let's keep looking. I'm hoping that... could it be that? I'm going to keep looking. That looks more like it, because we've got those two there. We've got a biggest expanse of water heading that way. Although that should be huge. It is pretty big. This side, there shouldn't be too much. Yeah, I think that's our one. Is there a slight left bend? Yeah, I would say so. That needs to be, yeah, undulating. Very much so, more than meets the eye. So and then a hill. Ooh. Well, the hill's quite far away. Yeah. That hill, that you can almost see the ridge of it there, look. So I think this is where we are. Inishdoros is the island, and there should be a little house over there just to cap it off. There. Closer than I thought. So this is correct. They're unequivocally correct. Dodgy positioning, but it's fine. It was hard to get that one wrong. Oh no, that has to be correct actually. Because it's, yeah, this is actually Google. So I was cockily wrong there. I think they're counting a bit of that marshland. Anyway, nice 5,000 points there. And the final round, we haven't had it before. And we have, for the first time today, some writing. Pumice Point. This could be a US state. Pumice Point. He looks pretty darn American. Let's face it. Quite a Washington state guy. I don't know. I'm going to just throw it out there. Whatever state this is, it seems doesn't have license plates on the front. Although this might not be America. Come on. So the other thing I noticed is that we've got some very big mountains over there with snow on. Got a road that hugs the shore. But actually we don't have that much by way of... we've got floating branches, but we don't have that much in terms of the coastline helping us out, or islands. So... And this was taken by Jerry Jesperson Gibson. What a name. Jerry with a J-E-R-I. That's a cool name. So, what did I say my instinct was? Washington State, but it could be Oregon, of course. Oh, it could be this. It could be Idaho. Yeah, it could. Definitely, we've got huge mountains over there. Compass here might not be correct, although it seems to be. I feel like Jerry Jesperson Gibson might be quite on it when it comes to the compass, but we'll see. There's Glengarry Point. I wonder if... Wow, we could... If this is the right lake, we could actually get... could get Pumice Point here. Pickard Point. Come on, give me Pumice Point. This is just one of many lakes, many states we could be in, of course. Oh, Ponder Point. Are you joking me? There's a lot of points, though. I like the points. Hope Point. Give me hope. That's what I need on this final round. I want to end on a high. Indian Point. Windy Point. So that's an option. We can always come back to that. What about this? Flathead Lake. That's in Montana. But we've already had Montana. So Idaho, no. Montana, no. Wyoming, Yellowstone National Park. That's... Ooh, okay. Could we be here? I don't see why not. I'm just going round the edge. Storm Point, because the compass might be wrong. I'll speed this up. And we're back round. Oh, that's disappointing, but we move on. Is this California's biggest lake, Goose Lake? I don't think it's bigger than Tahoe, is it? Well, what if we are at Tahoe? Nah. That's too far south, man. I am defeated. Oh, I can't hide it. I'm not sure which is the biggest lake in certain states, but I have searched all of them now in, you know, the ones that could feasibly be it. Yeah, I'll be damned if I can find something that really adds up. I've only just realised that this is a lake. I thought they were classing that as a river because it says Columbia River there. Anyway, it's very confusing in Washington State, and I'm just going to go here. It's wrong, but I don't believe it. That didn't show up on my search. I went past Angler's Bluff. Please don't tell me I went... Please don't tell me you saw that. I am absolutely devastated about that. I searched this lake a lot. And they will be the mountains. Mount Sheridan in the background, further back. That's annoying. Last week it was annoying because of bugs. This week I'm annoyed because I haven't put my all into it. Or I've failed. I've just failed to perform. 17,683 is my score. Many of you will have beaten that. Many of you won't, which is fine. But do let me know whether you did or didn't, especially if you did. Let me know how you found that lake and the Montana one. Did you get the Montana one? Nah, it's alright. I like giving you a chance sometimes. It's good. I can't just dominate you every week. So there we go. There is Lakes Mark II. Hope you enjoyed that one. Do drop it a like if you did. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care.